the arrival of the bride. Thank you. You may be seated. Welcome, friends and family. Can you all hear me okay, by the way? Okay. Welcome, friends and family. We are gathered here in this beautiful place to witness and celebrate the union of Rémi and Teresa. Today is a day of joy, of connection, and of promises. These two have chosen each other with full hearts and open minds, and we are honored to stand with them as they tie the knot literally and spiritually. Today's ceremony includes a ritual known as hand fasting, an ancient tradition with Celtic roots that symbolizes the binding of two lives. As cords are gently wrapped around their joined hands by loved ones, Rémi and Teresa will make promises to one another, vows connected not just to words, but to the many values, emotions, and intentions represented by each cord. Tucker will begin with a black cord, representing everyone here.
For the black cord, we've decided to focus on the universal connection and the grounding, because this is here to represent what all of you have taught us. This has been a long relationship, and it's had many ups and downs, and we wouldn't have made it without the support of everyone here.
Okay, can we take the mic off? Next up, I'm gonna have my mom come up, Beverly, and she's gonna tie the next cords and say a couple words.
Marriage is a balance of both personalities. It is not a battle between forces. You have been a couple for years now and have a well-balanced relationship. Keep each other's independence intact as you continue to grow in wisdom and creativity. Share your own wisdom in matters of family and life matters. Continue to compromise if they differ among your peoplehood or your couplehood. Allow one another growth room and do not stifle one another. This purple cord represents the qualities of independence, balance, wisdom, and creativity. Never lose the desire for one another and happiness. Bolster one another on a daily basis. Make sure to check in with one another as a couple. Aim to make one another the happiest possible. Life is meant to be a pleasant experience. Be willing to share your deep emotions with one another. Bear the burdens of life together. Work through life's challenges with creativity and balance. There is power in the union you are promising one another today. Power is not overwhelming or overshadowing one another, but rather allowing each to grow. Orange represents your emotional expression, creativity, balance, desire, and power. Life can be a true challenge at times, but united you will have the power to get through life together.
Next up, I'm gonna have my dad come up and tie the next cords and say a couple words.
The blue cord represents communication and forgiveness. These two statements go together as much as you two do. If you two keep your communication open and honest, I know forgiveness will also be there. Communication must be open and above board, always with love. Love means you don't live for each other in 50-50 relationship. You live in a 100-100 relationship, where you always do the best for the other. We all make mistakes, so forgive so you can be forgiven. When you make a mistake, even if you don't think so, we don't always see the same way, so we should be considerate of the other's point of view. So if you two can learn how each other thinks and how they each see the world they live in, maybe you both will understand each other better. Keep talking, even if it takes all night.
Never, not once.
Light, wisdom, and clarity. Wisdom is knowing who to take advice from. I recommend talking to each other. Nobody knows you better than that. If you're not sure, with two elders whose wisdom has come with clarity, with age comes wisdom, and clarity of life problem is what is told in the teachings of the world, like the Greeks, the Jews, or the Chinese. But you two know each other better and know the situation better.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Next, I'm gonna have Allison come up. She's gonna tie her cords and say her words.
I have pink and green. So they go over the top. Am I gonna tie them first?
Tie 'em first.
Okay. I know we practiced this.
Briefly.
This way? Okay? Forward. Are you sure? Really? All right. I realized as I was coming up with my words that a lot of the words have already been said better than I could say them, and Maya Angelou is a important person in our life. So this is the quick poem Touched by an Angel by Maya Angelou, and I have pink and green, which represent new love. The pink is the flush of new love, and the green is the enduring commitment and connection that will sustain you. We, unaccustomed to courage, exiles from delight, live coiled in shells of loneliness until love leaves its high holy temple and comes into our sight to liberate us into life. Love arrives, and in its train comes ecstasies, old memories of pleasure, ancient histories of pain. Yet, if we are bold, love strikes away the chains of fear from our souls. We are weaned from our timidity in the flush of love's light. We dare be brave, and suddenly we see that love costs all we are and all we will ever be, yet it is only love which sets us free.
And then finally, we're going to ask the last parent to come up, Eric, tie cords and say a couple words.
My two colors are red and yellow. Red stands for the fire that brought you together and the strength that will carry you through. It's the color of your yes to one another. Yellow shines with joy and light. May your love be thoughtful, bright, and always curious. To honor our French heritage, I say, pour toi mon fils, et pour ma nouvelle fille, un lien qui dure, which means for my son and my new daughter, a bond that will endure, a bond that lasts. Thank you. Piper, to take the chords. Yeah, please do. With each chord, we've witnessed the joining of hearts, intentions, and families. These ties now symbolically bind you, not in restraint, but in shared strength and chosen commitment. Now, with hands still joined, we turn to your vows, the promises you offer freely to carry this union forward. Rémi?
I'm going to keep it short and sweet because there's not much that I could say that hasn't already been said in the last 8 years. This is a relationship that has lasted a very long time through ups and downs. And as much as this is a celebration and excitement for what's to come, it is a celebration of what has brought us here and the strength that we've needed to show in order to make it through everything that's happened. Surrounded by support and love and family that we just are so lucky to have. I'm so glad to add you to it. Thank you so much.
Come on, you can do it.
I can do it. I had to write mine down because I knew I was going to be like this. So, and mine's a little bit longer-winded than yours. Rémi, about 9.5 years ago, I was a 20-something-year-old with a baby, a sad history, baggage that was barely able to carry on my own. At that time, I was nearly positive that no one would take on that as a relationship, let alone a date. I was sure that I had years of being alone and distance from people my age. Then one night, on what had to be my millionth closing at McDonald's, in came a 19-year-old with a cute face, long hair, and no clue how to drop fries. AKA, yep. With a moment of complete obscurity of what would become, I say, I hate new people, and that's the moment that started our story. Starting as friends watching Game of Thrones, kitten and ferret videos sent from a phone I no longer have, a trip to Papagayos, rest in peace, as an introduction to the Boissonade Vader Martin Reynolds King clan. Also trips to Corny Museum of Glass, a few Skype calls, and many text messages later, you were game, and I was hooked. Since then, we've had hard decisions, changes in jobs, houses, and roles in our relationship. We've done trips to Boston, Old Forge, Connecticut, Wisconsin, and even more. We've had heart-aching, difficult conversations and great growth as individuals, a couple, and a family. We've come out stronger and more secure with each other, and I'm so happy I'm in love with you, and I can't imagine it getting better. But I thought that yesterday, and last week, and last month, and last year. And if I'm being honest, most days over the last 9 years. Ever since that 20-year-old me in anger said, I hate new people, and 19-year-old you said, I'm game if you are. I'm sure we will put in a lot of work and try our best to make each other happy in our days moving forward. I can't wait for our new adventures and to continue growing with you by my side, supporting, loving, cheering me on, making me laugh, listening to me, and I hope that to be the same for you. anytime you need it. I love you. A father figure to Tucker, my partner, my rock, my love, and in a few minutes, my spouse. And I can't wait.
Rémi, do you choose to walk hand in hand with Teresa, to share your days, honor your bond, and build a life together from this day onward? Teresa, do you choose to walk hand in hand with Rémi, to share your days, honor your bond, and build a life together from this day onward? Oh wait, I'm getting an alert. It's time for the exchange of the rings. Deploy ring security. Tucker. These rings are circles with no end and no beginning, like the love you share. Let them be a reminder worn each day of the promises made here today. By the love you've declared and the commitments you've made, and by the authority vested in me by the state of New York, and the joy of your gathered community, the Rémi verse, if you will, Teresa verse, I now pronounce you married. Rémi, Teresa, you may kiss.
You see yourself growing old with me, watching my head turn to gray. Could you live with me in my mistakes and the ones I have yet to make? So when our eyes touch through the days and our healing starts to fade, put your arms around my neck and your heart on my chest. I love you will still sound the same. 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 I can see our dreams inside of a child, long after us fade away. When our ring starts to rust and our skin starts to age, remember the promise we made.